The very best of British to you, my friends. It is March the 29th. It is the day when Brexit officially gets underway. Today, the British government delivered to the European Union the letter that initiates British withdrawal from the EU. My God, I'm so happy about that. You know, I became an American almost exactly 1 year ago, but the first vote I cast as an American was in the British referendum to leave the European Union. It wasn't an American vote, but it was a vote for what I love most about America, which is liberty, but for the liberty of my fellow Brits. You know, most people thought that, there was no chance that Brexit was going to win. Brexit won by a small margin, about 52%, but I'm very pleased to report that not only are the Brits taking a turn in their history back towards their birthright of liberty, but that in so doing, they're somewhat, I believe, providing evidence for a point I make in my book, if you can keep it. In one of the chapters, the historical chapter, I mention about how in the Anglo tradition, so in the history of the United States and of Britain, which is obviously intertwined with the history of the United States, when the people en masse have had a voice at a decision point between tyranny and liberty, for 1,000 years of their history, they've always chosen liberty. Not perfectly, sometimes messily, but if you give the Anglos the choice between tyranny and liberty, they can usually see the difference. And with this Brexit vote, I'm pleased to say, my countrymen from my native country, as opposed to my adopted one, saw the difference. And you know, what this indicates is a really important lesson, I think, the lesson that I want liberty folks in the United States to really take to heart, which is this rather unfashionable claim, unfashionable certainly for libertarians, which is at times of greatest tyranny, in the Anglo tradition, in our tradition, democracy is usually liberty's friend, not its enemy. And I know libertarians are often scared of the mob rule that is, of course, implicit in pure democracy. And they rightly say, and I rightly say too, that we are not a democracy, we are a republic. But, and a constitutional one at that, but our founding documents start with the words, we the people. The founders of this great republic knew that it rested on we the people. That is the demos. And they knew also that our republic would be maintained in part by the exercise of the power of those people, that is the kratos of the demos. So in a certain important sense, with a small d, we are a democratic republic. We're a democratic republic in the sense that the British people voted for their own liberty, asserted themselves for their own liberty. Now, of course, in theory, it doesn't always work that way. But what it does say is there's always something to play for. And you know, I'm really blessed that I now get to be in the United States, despite the fact that on March 29th, I'm walking around in the Union Jack. But I now get to fight for liberty in the United States. And, to my liberty-loving friends, don't poo-poo democracy. Don't underestimate, undervalue the people, the demos, because it is from the demos that the kratos comes. Understand how to work with that democracy, because, you know, in England, Nigel Farage and plenty of others did just that. And he and those others have changed the course of English history forever, and certainly in the direction of liberty. How wonderful. It may be that the Brexit vote is the most important single vote for liberty that I will see in my lifetime. March 29th, 2017, Let freedom ring. Enjoy a nice cup of tea. Take care, everyone.